Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wallace Hartley Presents. I'm your host, Glenn Lamont. It is Thursday, May 7th, 07:48 in the morning. Good morning. Beautiful sunny day here in Vancouver, British Columbia. If you've never tuned into the channel before, I'm a frontline worker in mental health and addiction here in Vancouver, British Columbia. I started this channel really originally. This was going to be the home of the podcast, which it still is going to be. However, in light of the pandemic and as things moved so fast and we were all really, blindsided by all of this, this channel has really been about keeping people updated, sharing what it's like for me as a frontline worker, sharing, some information and stories from co-workers in this field, in mental health, addiction, healthcare, from the downtown east side, all over the place, right? So, and now, big news as of yesterday, British Columbia is talking about reopening to a certain degree. And people are getting very excited about that. Although not everyone, I suppose. Some people are still pretty wary, and I am one of them. So I just briefly want to take a look, and this is BC's restart plan. It's just a bit of a flow chart that they prepared. So phase 1 today, which was yesterday, May 6th, essential services and some business. Phase 2, mid-May onwards, restoration of some services under enhanced protocols. Elective surgeries, dentists. I'm very excited about that because I have some stuff I need to take care of there big time. Chiropractic, physiotherapy, registered massage therapy, childcare, parks and beaches just for day use, it says, restaurants, cafes, and pubs, hair salons, personal services, more retail, in-person counseling, offices, recreation, sports, and sports. By the way, I got this off the BC Judo Facebook page. I couldn't actually find it on the government page, but there you go. So it was on BC Judo because obviously as an amateur sport governing body, they definitely want to know when things are going to be rolling. Sorry, bad pun again. And I want to know stuff like that too. For sure, I need to get back to doing the things that I enjoy. Museums, art galleries, libraries. They said, you guys said you weren't going to charge me for the overdue books, so we'll see about that when I return them after 2 months. Phase 3, June to September. Further restoration of services under enhanced protocols. Could you be any vaguer? Phase 4, to be determined. Large gatherings, conditional on vaccination or treatment. So what they are talking about, like now, right now, so you can get together with people in groups of up to 6. And I'm assuming they mean, people you're close to, family members, stuff like that. So I think for people who are missing, especially if their parents are getting up there and have been missing that personal contact, that's going to be huge. That's going to be so amazing from a mental health point of view for so many people. I think that's been the majority of people I know, that's been their concerns with either their parents or other elderly people in their lives, for sure. So that's a good thing. I'm hoping that we're not going to see this massive, because it's Vancouver, right? And when the weather is nice here, people go crazy because we have, the beaches, the mountains. We got it all going on here. If you're an outdoors person, this is a place to be. It's a place to be if you make over $100,000 a year. But yeah, so I hope people really take this for what it is, a gradual reopening to sort of help us feel like we might get back to some kind of normal, but it's going to be a new normal, right? So I was listening to CBC radio on the way in this morning, and Ian Tossinson, who is the president and CEO of the BC Food and Restaurant and Food Association. Sorry, Ian, if you're watching this, who I've known for a few years. And he was on there talking about how the restaurant thing is going to look. Now, Vancouver, if nothing else, is a foodie town. So, I'm torn here. On the one hand, yeah, a lot of people are losing their asses in the restaurant and bar game, and they've done a lot of hard work, to build up their businesses, and now a lot of them are just gone, and they're not coming back because of this. Do I personally, want to go back to, those nice meals in my favorite restaurants? Yeah, but do I want to do it, having my temperature checked and wearing a mask and plexiglass and all kinds of stuff? No, that doesn't interest me. But, what they were talking about this morning was it's not going to look like that here, but there is going to be social distancing. There is going to be a lot more health and hygiene protocols in place than there ever was before. This is my guess. My guess is a lot of restaurants are just going to close forever. The ones that are going to survive are going to be the big chains, the places that are, they've got the corporate backing to survive. And those are not the places I really want to eat. I'm a big lover of the neighborhood mom and pop restaurant, right? Where people put a lot of heart and soul into what they have. So that's another thing. So right now, total number of cases, recorded positive cases in BC, 2,255 as of yesterday, Wednesday. The 3 additional deaths that we've had were, again, in long-term care homes. But, nearly 1,500 people have recovered. 74 people right now with COVID-19 are in hospital. 19 are in intensive care. And more stuff going on too. My last video, I talked about racism, and then I saw a horrible, I was angry. I was beside myself with anger. Some guy just walked up on the street very randomly and punched an Asian woman in the face and walked away. And there's a special place in hell for you, pal. And I hope they nail your ass right to the wall. Since this whole thing started, it's been, again, a very convenient excuse for those on the far right and all the crazy conspiracy freaks and nuts out there to just go, see, I told you, viruses started in labs, released on purpose, stolen from Canada by China. I saw some just, I don't even know how to describe it. I saw some shit on Facebook last night that made me want to puke. Somebody on a long rant, and this was on a Facebook page of somebody I knew, which was even more uncomfortable, about the government's not going to tell us what to do. I'm not going to wear a mask. You can't tell me to social distance. And again, what's next? Are we all going to be microchipped? Holy shit, get a grip, all right? This is a health pandemic. Now, this is not about you and your tinfoil hat bullshit. This is about saving lives. And for those of us who are out here every day on the front line doing our jobs, reading stuff like that it makes me very angry. It makes me very concerned because there's a lot of uncertainty at this time. So along with that comes a lot of fear, and when people are afraid, they will grasp at straws, and we don't need it. And again, freedom of speech for sure. I defend your right to be wrong, as it were, but holy crap, do we need this right now? No. One other thing, a quick shout out to everyone, my fellow brothers and sisters in recovery. So I hope you've all been doing well. I would like to do a couple more videos just on recovery and COVID-19, right? The recovery community here in Vancouver is a strong, healthy, vibrant community. Everybody who was used to going to, meetings on a regular basis, NA, AA, whatever 12-step fellowship you belong to, have now, been forced online. For some people, it's been a great thing, especially if you're an introvert, and God knows there's a lot of us in recovery who are. So that's been kind of cool for them. But for a lot of people, especially if you're just new, struggling, newcomer, boy, that's tough, because you maybe just got used to the whole community, and now that's been whisked away quite rapidly. So what I urge for those of you who are newcomers, reach out. If you have a sponsor, stay in touch. Any numbers you got at meetings, use them. Pick up the phone, call people. You're not alone. But again, the advice that I got on day one was, was one day at a time. That's all that really matters. So for those of you in recovery, hang in there, man. So maybe this reopening is going to be in meetings again, which I know will be a big relief for a lot of people. And there you go. So let's take this whole thing here in British Columbia slow and easy. Let's not be crazy people like those protesters down in MAGA country. Let's just be calm about it. I don't think our economy as we know it is ever going to be the same, and that's probably a good thing. Let's not get back to making 1% in this nation even richer than they already are. Let's help one another. If this economy is going to be, a growth economy again, let's make it one that's for everyone, right? Everyone. Let's take care of our most vulnerable. Let's learn some lessons from this, folks. It's a wake-up call, man. big wake-up call. Let's do our best. We're good at this stuff, right? So once again, a little excited, a little apprehensive about the reopening. Thank you for stopping by. This is Wallace Hartley Presents. I'm Glenn Lamont. Subscribe somewhere down there. Please leave comments and share and tell your friends. I want to keep this dialogue going. And, we have so much to talk about in light of how things have changed for us. So y'all have a wonderful weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful out. I hope it's beautiful where you are. And, get out there. Start to reconnect with your family, your loved ones. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thanks for hanging in there, y'all. Have a good one.